Our customers often ask when they buy pianos how they should take care of the instrument going forward. And there are just really three basic things they need to keep in mind. One is tuning the piano. Tuning obviously makes the piano sound better. It cleans up the sound of the instrument, the sustain comes through better, it makes it more lyrical and musical and just more enjoyable to play. Uh, we when we have our pianos perfectly in tune in the showroom, they are much more likely to sell quickly than they're out of tune, and that's just because inspiration comes with tuning. So that's important. It also stabilizes the piano. That's a longer conversation, but tuning is an imperative. We recommend that you tune it twice a year. A lot of people don't realize that when you tune the piano, you actually tune it to the weather of the day. So we often recommend that you tune your piano 1 month after the heat goes on in your house and 1 month after the heat goes off. At that point, your home has stabilized and the moisture content in your house is stable, and you want to tune your piano at that time so it will be in tune for the coming season or seasons. The other thing that can happen is that your piano may start to sound strident or harsh, or maybe it's just not sounding right. And there's something called voicing, and voicing is a word that gets used in many different ways and sometimes inappropriately. The most simple explanation is that you take the hardness of the hammer, and the hammer gets harder every time you play it. You take the hardness of the hammer and you soften the strike point in the felt of the hammer to the string. It actually gives it a little bit more cushion. You take a little needling device and you needle into the hammer at the point where it makes contact with the string, and it creates a little bit more of a cushion which absorbs some vibration and makes it a mellower sound. But there are all kinds of other things also in the voicing category, which not really probably not appropriate for me to cover in this segment. But voicing can be aligning the hammers to the strings and a number of other things. Lastly, regulating. Sometimes the piano just doesn't feel right. Sometimes it feels uneven. Sometimes notes feel like they should go down more easily, or they used to and now they don't. So regulating the piano is going through the action mechanism. The action is the mechanism of all the moving parts. Every time you hit a note, more than 50 parts move to give you a sound. And so going through and making sure all of those are exactly the way that they need to be positioned correctly, that things are weighing off the way they're supposed to. That's a process called regulation. You certainly don't need to voice and regulate your piano every single year unless you are a really regular player, but it is something that you need to do semi-regularly. So tuning, voicing, regulating. I want to say also at Classic Pianos, we want to be a referral service for you as well. We know lots of qualified technicians in Western Washington and beyond, and we're happy to put you in good hands that way. Also, we are connected to hundreds of teachers all over Western Washington and again, beyond. So if you're looking for quality music instruction, we often know the individual personalities of the teachers, and we can make good suggestions that might be an appropriate fit for you personality-wise, stylistically, in terms of how seriously you want to study, all those kinds of things. So please call on us for that. And of course, moving services. We have two moving companies in particular that we use, and we're happy to provide names and phone numbers and email addresses for all of these vendors that we use.